A warm welcome. Thanks for joining me on News Update. My name is Cebel Nadosia. In the news, federal government begins implementation of 300% salary hike for judicial officers. Anambra killings, Soludo vows to fish out perpetrators, condoles victims' families. Katsina orders immediate closure of all private health training institutions. Former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi calls on government to provide citizens with sources of livelihood. Now the news and details. The Attorney General and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi says the federal government has started the implementation of the 300% pay rise for judicial officers. Fagbemi said this on Monday at the 12th convocation ceremony of the Afe Babalola University, Ado-Ekiti in Ekiti State. He described the move as an important first step in the President Bola Tinubu administration's resolve to strengthen the judiciary. Anambra Governor Chikuma Soludo has vowed to fish out the perpetrators of the killing in the Nibo community of Oka South local government area of the state. Some persons were killed in the community on October 20th, 2024, in what is suspected to be a cult-related brawl. Hours after the incident, Soludo on Monday visited the community, where he condoled with the families of the victims and Nebo over the loss of lives during the suspected culture rivalry clash, vowing to fish out the perpetrators of the dastardly act, and emphasized that no matter where the perpetrators hide, they will be brought out for sanctioning. Away from Anambra, Katsina state government on Monday directed the immediate closure and revocation of registration and licenses of all private health training institutions operating in the state. This directive followed the recent findings by the State Ministry of Health about the operations of numerous unregistered private health training institutions, many of which operate under questionable standards in the state, that have raised serious concerns. The special advisor to the governor on health institutions, Umoru Mamadu, while addressing a press conference at the Katsina State Secretariat complex, revealed that some of these institutions do not meet the necessary requirements to operate as private health training institutions, and the state as provided by the law, posing significant risks to the public. He explained that this decision will remain in effect until a thorough evaluation and fresh registration process is undertaken, ensuring that every institution meets the stringent health standards required to operate. Meanwhile, the Katsina state government on Monday commenced a 3-day training for 1,350 principals and their vice principals across the state, ahead of the upcoming competency tests for them. The training held at the Federal College of Education, Katsina, was organized by the State Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education in collaboration with the Adolescent Girls Initiative for Learning and Empowerment and Transforming Education System at state-level projects. The training, facilitated by the Federal College of Education, Katsina, is on effective leadership and management of secondary schools in the state. Let's take you to Niger State, where the executive director of the state's Motor Vehicle Administration Agency, Dr. Bakr Mohammed, has declared that the recent Federal High Court ruling prohibiting the Vehicle Inspection Office (VIO) from stopping vehicles on the road does not apply to the state. The statement was made during a press conference in Minna, north central Nigeria, ahead of the National Conference on Standardization and Harmonization of Vehicle Testing and Licensing. According to Dr. Bako, the state governor is constitutionally empowered to formulate laws guiding vehicular movement within the territory. This stance, argued, suggests that Niger State will continue to operate its VIO as usual, despite the court's ruling. Finally, politician and former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi, has called on government officials on all levels to provide sources of livelihood for their citizens to avoid them falling victim to occurrences such as the Jigawa State tanker explosion. Obi made the call as he paid a courtesy visit to Jigawa State following the oil tanker explosion that claimed more than 150 lives in one day. The explosion at Majia town in the Taura local government area of the state saw the indigents scooping petrol after the driver lost control and the tanker overturned, spilling its contents on the road. Obi described the incident as a national tragedy and promised to donate funds to the victims of the explosion. That's the news. Now a recap before we go. The federal government has started the implementation of the 300% pay rise for judicial officers. Anambra Governor Chukwuma Soludo has vowed to fish out the perpetrators of the killing in the Nibo community of Oka South local government area of the state. Katsina state government on Monday directed the immediate closure and revocation of registration and licenses of all private health training institutions operating in the state. The executive director of Niger State Motor Vehicle Administration Agency, Dr. Bako Mohammed, has declared that the recent Federal High Court ruling prohibiting the Vehicle Inspection Office (VIO) from stopping vehicles on the road does not apply to the state. And we told you that politician and former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi, has called on government officials on all levels to provide sources of livelihood for their citizens to avoid them falling victim to occurrences such as the Jigawa State tanker explosion. And that's the news update for now. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Cebel. Do enjoy the rest of your day.